Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today again with another Citrust Twist layout. So I have these adorable photos of my youngest son Tinian, and these are him when he was 8 months old. And isn't he just the chubbiest little cute baby? Oh my gosh, like I was going through old photos and I came across these ones and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to scrapbook these right now. So I printed them off on my Canon selfie, and here I am thinking I'm going to use both of them. But then I decide I just want to use just this one. And this photo of him, he's not happy in the photo. I mean, he's not sad and crying or anything like that. It's just one of those faces where you caught him in kind of the aftermath of the smiling and he's just like, okay, I'm done with this, you know? So here you can see I am trying to use up some of these scraps and I'm just not really liking it. So I'm pulling out more scraps. I am literally down to like teeny tiny small scraps. I think I have maybe 5 scraps left after doing this layout. So here I'm just kind of building more and more layers and it's just not looking right. So I'm going to pull all of the layers off, and I'm just going to back the photo on this floral paper. And I really love this floral paper. The vibrant colors are just so pretty. So here I'm just going to put a little mat behind the photo, and that is going to be the only paper that I layer behind the photo. And I really like how that looks. So now here I am trying to figure out what elements I want to use, and I wanted to make sure that I used some of these chipboard pieces because I haven't really been using a lot of them. So I decided to pull out that oval that says "You Wonderful Thing," and then this one says "Hey Sugar," and I'm going to use a couple of the floral pieces as well. So here I'm just using my baking powder tool and making sure that the stickers aren't sticky anymore so that I can kind of move them around on the layout and kind of play around and figure out where I want everything before I set it down for sure. This is actually pretty much how this layout stays. I try to pull off this cute little banner. It says, "I live for cuddles," or something like that. But there's a cat on the bottom, so I decided to cut the cat off, and I was thinking I could use that as another little embellishment, but it's actually not going to make it on the layout. Then I had this cut file that I got from a class from Jen Scout and Tracy Banks. It's from one of their sketch classes, and it says "Simple Joys," and I just thought that that would be a good title. And so here I'm just kind of going through all of these embellishments, and then I come across the twine that the kit was wrapped in, and I was like, oh, this would be kind of cool to like ball up and put underneath some of these little roses that are a part of the cup file. So now here I am going to do the tedious work of gluing the cup file down, and this takes forever. Seriously takes forever. So I'm going to cut most of this out, but what I'm going to end up doing is putting it on top of this just scratch piece of paper so that I don't glue it to the wrong side of the background. Okay, so now here you can see I have that top piece all glued down, and I am just sticking in some of this twine underneath just a few of the rosettes. And I really like the look that gives. It's very subtle. You can't even really tell that it's there. It's just kind of a fun little added piece to the layout. So now I'm going to glue down this side, and that one was a little bit easier. Didn't take as long, thankfully. And then I'm going to put down some more of this twine. I glued it down too much, so I had to pull it back up. And that works out perfectly. Then I'm going to glue down the bottom piece of that cup file, and then we will move on to embellishing and getting everything else done. Okay, so now the cut files are all placed down on my background paper, and that off-white background paper did come in the kit, the main kit. Okay, this is where I'm going to decide to pop the photo up onto just some fun foam, and I just buy mine from Walmart. I don't even buy the adhesive kind because I'm super cheap, so I have to glue both sides to the photo and then to the back of the layout. And here I'm just playing around with placement, and I am going to have to cut a little bit of foam for the bottom half of this chipboard piece so that it can sit on top of the photo. And then I'm also going to have to do part of the side because it's kind of hanging off of the side and the bottom. So that's a little tedious, but I get it done, and then I'm going to glue it down. And then I realized that the ATG isn't going to work, and so I have to use my liquid glue. And then I glue down the photo, and that is working perfect. I really, really love this layout. I had so much fun making it, and these cute Paige Evans chipboard pieces are just so fun. I love her Oh My Heart collection, but I didn't really get any of it, which made me kind of sad. Okay. So, I'm not sure what I'm doing now. Now I'm going to work on this top cluster in the left-hand corner. Oh, and then I pulled out one of the stamp sets from the kit, and I am going to stamp that with some black StazOn ink, and that is where I'm going to put the date. So I'm just going to stamp that. It doesn't stamp very well the first time, and so I do it again. It doesn't look perfect, but it's fine. I'm not going to stress too much about it. So I am going to clean off that stamp, and then I'm going to stamp the date using I think I use my Project Life little date stamp. So here I found this little tag with Ellie's Studio embellishment pieces, and it just says right now. So I thought that would be a good addition to add to the title. So the title is going to be Simple Joys Right Now. Now here I'm gluing down this cute little copper flower, or rose gold. I guess that's what it is, rose gold. Yeah, so I'm going to put that down there, and I ran off again. I apologize, I keep doing that, going away and coming back. Then I'm thinking that this little area right down here needs something. So there are these Ellie's Studio Puffy stickers, and that is from their newest collection, which is called Live, Laugh, Love. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do. There was this pink tag on the printables, the exclusive printables that come in the kit, and so I am going to use that up there in that top left-hand corner cluster, and I'm just using my Crocodile to cut out the little half circles. And now here I am going to stamp the date, which was March 28th, 2011. Feels like so long ago, doesn't it? He's turning 7 this year. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it, you guys. My baby. My last baby's turning 7. Kind of makes me want to cry. And my first baby just graduated from 6th grade. Just crazy, crazy. Life just goes by way too fast. Okay, so now here I am just going through my stuff, trying to see what else I want to add, going through all of these Ellie Studio little tags and embellishments. And my husband is watching a movie out in the living room. I apologize if you can hear him. He likes to listen to things so super loud. So I wanted there to be a place where I wrote out Tinian's age, but there was no number 8 on this alpha set, which really bummed me out. So I'm going to decide to just write out the word 8, and that actually works out really perfect. I was thinking at first that I would put it right above the photo. Then I was thinking maybe I'd put it to the left of the photo. But then I decided I'm going to put it up here in this little cluster. So now here I'm kind of playing around with the idea of moving that right now tag. So I know that I want to do some journaling. Here is the blog post that I wrote up back in 2011 when I took these photos. And I'm so glad that I kept a blog back then because I wasn't really on Facebook. I posted a little bit on Facebook, but not really back in 2011. I did post on my blog all the time though. And so I have all of the journaling from the time when I took these photos. So after I figure out how exactly I want to do the journaling, I am going to end up doing that to the left of the photo. So for now, I don't have any journaling right there right now. I apologize. You're not going to be able to see that. But yeah, sometimes you just kind of have to take a breather after making a layout. So here I'm just fiddling with some of those puffy stickers. I'm not really sure what to do with them. I like the hearts, but at the same time, I don't really like them in that area. So I decided to stick them up here by the title. And now I am going to start gluing down the title, I think. I keep fussing with it and trying to figure out how exactly I want to place it. But eventually I'm just going to pull out my glue and I'm just going to stick it down. It's just going to go. So here I'm going to use my liquid adhesive, and this is the Scotch Dry adhesive. I think it's called tacky glue now or something like that. I finally broke down and bought some because everybody just talks about it so much. I've always been a Tombow girl. Like, I love their liquid. I love their mono glue and their aqua glue. The mono glue is my favorite because when it dries clear. But I really love the tacky glue. Probably even more than Tombow. I feel like I'm cheating on them. Okay, so now I'm going to start gluing down all of these pieces up here in this left-hand corner. And I'm going to pop this little banner. It says, "Hey Sugar" on it. I'm going to pop that up on some fun foam just to give it a little bit more dimension because of that flower that was the chipboard to the left of it. It needed a little bit more height. And now I'm going to put down the word 8 at the top there, and then months is going to go at the bottom left. And I really love that cluster. Even though you can't really see the words 8 months, they don't stand out too much, but I'm okay with that. I think that it's just kind of there. So if you see it, it's good. If you don't see it, it's okay. So now here I just kind of have to keep fussing with the word month because I didn't give enough space between the letters. Now let's see, what else am I gonna do? I'm trying to remember. I think that's actually pretty much it. I'm gonna pull out a couple more things and see if I can get them to work on the layout, but I don't really like them, and I like the way that it is right now. So this is it. I am having so much fun being a guest designer for Citrust Twist. I hope that you guys are enjoying this kit and all of these videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!